Hi guys, Steffi here and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a little project to show with you. I was just having a play about the other day. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call it yet, but this is what I've made, and I think I'm going to call it like a double journal maybe. So it just sits like that, and I've just got this bit of twine on here. This one's just made out of paper. And this is from, I'll show you the paper pack in a moment because it's this pad that we're going to use on camera as well. So it folds out like that. And then it folds out again. And then you've got a little journal here. This one I did use card, but on the one for the video I'm using copy paper. And yeah, I just think it's really nice. You can embellish this as much as you want. And then this side will open and then you've got this one here. And I just think it's really, really nice. Nice little gift for people. And yeah, so that's the first one I made. And then, because I've got some Craftex, and I decided to make this one. Now, this one, the papers I've used is from a kit by Artie Mays. And my ink was running out. So it's not supposed to be this colour. But, I mean, just look at them colours. I just love them. So I thought, rather than waste it, I'm going to use it all. And this one's actually got a bobble on because I couldn't find my black elastic. And obviously the signatures is hand sewn in. So just take that off. And then it opens up like that. We've got this beautiful, gorgeous picture of Alice there. Absolutely love it. And then on this one, we've got the Mad Hatter and the hare at the tea party. Alice was over here, but obviously I had to cut it down. Got the Mad Hatter's hat and then this lovely signpost here with the cup. And then this one you open up. You can still put like maybe a little couple of pockets on here, but I've just kept it really simple. And here's some more of those beautiful papers. And these ones I'd hand coloured ages ago, and I thought I'd really like them to go with this colour scheme. So there's a couple of pages in between each one of them. Got one there with the writing lines on. Some of my lines is going the wrong way, but that doesn't bother me. It's like a journal, isn't it? And I've got that one there with Alice and the Queen of Hearts. I think I used my pixie powders to decorate, to ink these papers, to colour these papers. And then on the back, you've just got the back of it there. So you've got the tea party down here. And I love these papers, honestly, really do. I mean, I love them in the original colour. But when I made this mistake, I thought, well, I'm not going to waste them. I am going to use them. And I love my purples and my pinks and stuff anyway. And then on this one sort of opens like back to front, which with Alice in Wonderland, I really just loved the idea of that. So again, just pages in between. There's this beautiful paper. I can't remember how many sheets is in this one. There's quite a few. So yeah, it's just a little run through. So then that just folds up like that, and then obviously I would have elastic on here. And then I just thought it was really, really, really nice. Now I know not everyone's got Craftex, so I'm not doing one with Craftex on camera. I'm doing one with the paper. So I'm going to show you the paper pad that I used, and I've had it in my stash for ages. Oops, I'm getting all my pieces as well. And it's this one. I got this from B&M. Oh my god, I don't know how long ago. And it's the Vintage Urban, and this is 250 GSM. You could use an even heavier card. You could use some 300 GSM and cut panels, or you could use a piece of paper to cover your pieces. But you do need to join two pieces together, so just be mindful of that, okay? So what you're going to need two pieces for the cover. Now, the first one, I'm going to turn it this way because it's easy to see. This one needs to measure 10.5 by 8.25. Obviously, I've went ahead and I've rounded these corners already. So then your first score mark, you're going to do a score at 4.5 inches and then at 4.75. Then you're going to do one at 9.25 and then 10. Now in between the 9.25 and the 10, all I've done is lift it up. I've scored every score mark on my scoreboard in between that 9.25 and the 10, and that's just to help us make a rounded corner, so like, well, a rounded spine. So that's our first piece. And then the second piece will need to measure 9.25 by 8.25, and just 2 score marks in this one at 4.5 and then one at 4 3/4. Okay, so that's the 2 that you need for that. So we'll join these ones together first. So on this 1/2 inch score line here, let's get that so it goes round. Make sure it's on that first one. This one's going to be our tab where we connect the second piece to. Now this one, I must say, I was inspired by Rosa Kelly. I know a lot of my things are inspired. I saw basically like a walkthrough she'd done of one, and it was Alice in Wonderland theme, but I'm sure hers had a hardcover, and she didn't do a tutorial, not that I saw. And I thought, you know, I'm going to see if I can make one myself. So that's where this idea came from. So I'm just going to miter the edges on this flap. Sorry, I know the busy paper isn't helping a great deal. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to connect them 2 together like that. Now I'm forgetting. Oh, it's all right. So what you can do, you can either just put it straight down, or you can just take off a little bit of that tape. Make sure it's pointing the right way so I can pull it off. And then just line that up, making sure not to go over that score line. And then just press that down. Oh, and as you can see, mine moved a little bit. Luckily I caught that just in time, and then hopefully that will be fine now. Just make sure on the front. Now I've stuck down the wrong bit because I've got the tabs on the outside, which wasn't what I wanted, so I should have really done that bit on the inside, but you can learn by that. And then we're just going to go and we're just going to score, we're just going to fold, sorry, whoops, on the score line. So going to pay attention to these 1/4 inch ones mainly at the moment. Give them a good burnish, and that's just for where we're going to put our journals. And then again, just make sure I'm bending on the right part. Make sure it lines up top and bottom, and then just burnish that down. How is everybody doing? How's everyone feeling with the kids going back to school and, you know, and stuff getting a bit back more to normal? I'm still not back at work yet. I don't think I'll be back at work till next month. But like I said, I haven't heard anything else at the moment, so I don't actually know for sure. Now on your spine, you just want to fold at the 2 outer edges. This is going to be really hard for me to show. So on this very last score line here is where we want to fold that. Don't want to fold all of the other ones individually. So just make sure that lines up. So yeah, I'm just waiting to hear about what's happening with work and stuff, and you know, I am missing work. I'm missing work a lot actually, missing everyone from work and there as well. But you know, there's a lot of people in my position as well. Right, so I'm trying to show you how to do it. So that's how it would look once it's folded in. But then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to press on them 2 outer score lines for the spine. Just go down them gently. If you've got something round, you could put that in and you could round it a little bit. But I just really like the idea of that little rounded spine there. And it isn't completely round, but it's a lot more, it isn't straight, and I just really like that. I think it fits really nicely in your hand. So that is basically the cover done. It is so simple, honestly, so easy. It really, really is. Now for the journals to go on the inside. I've already basically prepped these. So this is one of them, and all I've used is 2 sheets of paper. I'll give you the measurements for those in a second. And then I've just used, I think there's 12 sheets of copy paper in here. So it's quite a few pages in each book. So you've got what, 12, 24, 48, 96 pages in the two, so I don't think that's too bad. So yeah, that's basically what it's going to look like. So for the cover, I've made it so it's a little bit bigger, and this measures 8 3/4 by 8 1/4. Now on the long side, just making sure that my orientation's right, you can score this in half, but I just like to use my scoreboard, and then I just press down. I'm not going to press that down fully, like not a crisp edge, just more like, oh, so it's a bit like that. So then when our papers go in, I can then score and burnish it then. So then what I've done is, here's my copy paper. Like I said, I've done a lot of prep work, and these are 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then all I've done is just folded them in half, and then I've also rounded the corners as well. Okay, so they're just going to sit in there like that. I'm not even, normally when I do a journal, let's get them in. Normally I would cut off these extra edges here, but I don't mind it. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll use my Nouveau Mousse or some ink and a dauber, and I'll ink these just to give it a bit of a different effect as well. So that is going to be our cover, and because I've done this main cover a bit bigger than our pages, it means the paper doesn't come over, even though it's like a stacked effect. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, we're going to do some marks for our, to sew this into our cover. Sorry, I got a bit didn't know what I was saying there. So I've already done these ones. So all I've done, and the marks on these will be the same as what's on the cover, but I will go through that again with you as well. So I'm just using my Tim Holtz ruler, and because I know this measures 8 1/4, so that needs to line up at 4 1/8. Put it as near to the fold as you can, and then all you're going to do is you're just going to make a mark at the centre, and then if you come in 1/2 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the bottom. So if you haven't got a Tim Holtz ruler, your measurements will be, your halfway point is 4 1/8, and then just come in 1/2 inch from the top and the bottom. Okay, so like I said, I've already went ahead and I have marked them down. Just make sure I give this a good burnish. The only one that's not is this actually, so I'll go ahead. You don't need no fancy tools for this. You can use your scoreboard, you can, you know, I haven't used any fancy, apart from my corner rounder, I haven't used my crocodile or anything like that. I'm trying to use stuff that most people will have. So this is just a foam mat, and then just where the marks are, just to go through that cover, because I forgot to do that. And that's all that you need to do your holes. Simple, simple, simple. So right, on here, come back to the cover, and then I've already marked, I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see. So I've marked in 1/2 inch in from the top. I've marked the middle, can you see that with a pencil, and then here as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll punch those out. Mine are not quite centered, so I'm just going to put them as centered as I can in that 1/4 inch gusset. Just think it looks nicer. And then you want to do the same in the other 1/4 inch gusset on the other side. Okay, so again, punch, punch. Could even use your needle to do this bit as well. So yeah, right, so that's that bit done. Now what we need to do is we need to sew our journals in. So just make sure I'm getting, sorry, I'm just getting my ruler. What I like to use as well is with me Tim Holtz ruler, I mean you could use any ruler, I've got like a sort of a tapered edge, so I just like to press that in the middle and make sure that they are as flush as they can be. Okay, then I've got some embroidery thread. You could use twine, you could use anything you want really, and all we're going to do is we're just going to use a basic pamphlet stitch to sew these in. So let's get to the middle. So what I'll do is I'll start in the middle and then just go out of the back. And then you want to either go in the top or the bottom. Sometimes you've got to just play about with your paper here, just to make sure they are going through. Oh, sorry, that's a bit close for me. I was out of shot, wasn't I? So then just pull that back through. Make sure that's quite taut. Then you want to go back out of the middle. Make sure we're getting that right. Yep, and then back out. Oh, nearly losing me thing there. And then you want to go in the opposite side. So in my case, the bottom. And then through your book. I can't even see what I'm doing. Can't even see. I hope you can see. Sometimes it's a bit fiddly, but you know, you will get that. So I'm trying to do it so I can still keep you so you can see that. One more to just hook on there. Oh no, missed one. Missed another one. Is that it? Yeah. Right, so now I'm back to the middle. So then you want to make sure that this is nice and taut. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got, so your tail here in the middle, I've got that one on this side. I'm just going to make sure these are nice and taut, and then I'm going to use my needle and I'm going to leave it so I've got a string on either side, and then all you need to do is just knot it. Hopefully this isn't too loose. I normally triple knot it, to be fair, just because I'm terrified that it's going to come apart, but it probably won't. It's just me. You can leave the tails as long or as short as you like, and then I just like to go over that again with my bone folder, and then that is the effect that you have. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do this one because it means I've got to thread my needle, which is not something I do very well. So I'll pop this one in and then I'll come right back. Right, so I'm all finished now. I've got both of the journals in. So this is what it looks like. And again, on this side, like I said, I know it's just really simple, but I just really like it. It feels really nice in your hand. You see the lovely bend. You could even put some beads on these. I didn't do that, but you could do that. Sometimes it feels a bit flimsy here, but obviously it is only paper. So now the last thing I'm going to do is I've got a really long length of, probably far too much here than what I need, and I'm just going to double this up, and I'm just going to tie this in a bow. Just to tie it up, you can use it as a belly band. You could glue some ribbon onto the back if you wanted, and just so it's always attached. Let's see how my bow turns out. Me and bows do not have a good run, really. That one will do. Just trim off the ends. You could add some beads onto there, you know, to it, and there you have it. It's like a double journal. It will be more sturdy with card. I mean, you could put another piece of card going around here on the inside and the outside if you wanted to, so it looked a bit more, so it was a bit more sturdy. Obviously with the Craft X I didn't have to do that because the Craft X is quite a sturdy one anyway. So there we have my double journals, I suppose, my double flip out journals. So I really hope you like them, and you know, I will try and get back to you soon. I have been making a few bits, but one of them I sent out before I decided to do a project share, which wasn't very clever of me. But any other things that I make, even for just a project share, I will come back and I will share them with you. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I appreciate your support. Please stay safe and wishing you all the best.